Hi, welcome to Citizen Survival Plan. Welcome back if you've been here before. This is the first installment in our prepping basics videos. This is water. Short of breathing, this is going to be the first thing you're going to need when you're starting to put together a preparedness plan. I have a bunch of water filters here today, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about the ones I like and the ones I don't like, and two that I absolutely think that you need to have. The first thing you're going to want to start with, now this is a Berkey, but other brands make this style of water filter. I know Berkey's had some issues and it's hard to get some of their stuff. One that I really would say you should go get is the Alexa Pure from My Patriot Supply. I've heard a lot about that. I've seen them. It is very similar to the Berkey. In fact, I can put those filters in this. And if we open this up and look, you can see the charcoal filter in there. The Alexa Pure is very similar. So just a note, this is a Berkey, but you need a gravity filter. That is what I'm trying to convey here, whether it be a Berkey or Alexa Pure or any other brand. One note is this is a filter primer. I know a lot of the charcoal filters need a primer. This is a note that you need one of these to get that filter going, especially if your water has gone out. You need water or some sort of pressure to push water through it to prime it. So don't forget that. This is going to be the first thing you're going to want to start with for all of your home and your family. If you have multiple people, you can put a bunch of filters in here and you can filter a lot of water without sitting around pumping and stuff. So you can fill this with water and it'll just filter stuff all day. Now, you can put pretty much any water in here unless it is like heavy contaminated with like nuclear material or something crazy. You could take water out of a pond, or if you're like me, if you have a rain barrel on the side of your house, you can kind of pre-filter that water and stick it in here and drink it. If there is no running water whatsoever in your town, this will save your life. If you do not want to spend that much money on one of these big metal gravity filters, because these can get expensive, we're going to leave a link to all of this stuff in the description of this video so you guys can take a look at it. But this is a little cheaper. This is a LifeStraw family. This can filter a lot of water too, and it's rated for up to viruses, which is as small as that filter is going to get. And this basically just hangs. You can hang this on something, and this is a gravity filter too. It's got a little pump on it for cleaning, unlike some of those mobile filters. So this is a good product from LifeStraw. If you cannot afford this, get this. Next on the absolute need to have filters is a mobile filter. Now, my favorite one is this Katadyn. I don't like a lot of hokey stuff like the LifeStraw. These are all over the place. I have this just out just to show you. These are junky in my opinion. Do they filter water and make it safe? Yes. But you got to like bend down in a stream like an idiot to drink out of it. It doesn't fit into a lot of canteens to drink out of. Now you can get an Nalgene and stuff, but I always found that I was modifying my preps in order to use something like this, and I don't like it, and it's just not my favorite. I'm going to leave it at that. The Katadyn is a way better option. This is actually a pump filter, and just on the table here, this is the filter that's in it. I'm not going to disassemble it for you, but this is the pump filter that goes in this, and there is tubes that hook up here and at the top. This is the pre-filter that they put on, which is really neat. It kind of gets all the gunk out before going through your actual main filter, and a tube would come out of here and clean drinking water would go into any container you wanted. This is great for a bug out bag or something on the move. If you're going to be gone all day and you simply cannot carry enough water with you, you're going to need to filter some. You can filter out of creeks and stuff, and you'll be perfectly fine to drink out of that. Staying on that same theme, this is the Sawyer. Again, this isn't one of my favorites, but it's better than a LifeStraw. This can screw onto some water bottles, but not all of them. That's kind of why I'm not a big fan of it. It comes with its own bag that you can put on, and you simply just drink out of it. You can drink through it. It's a little bit tough at times, especially when the filter gets clogged. I've drank out of these before. It can get clogged and it can get tough to drink out of, and you got to back purge them with this, which can be a little bit difficult. yeah, so that's the Sawyer. It's okay. It's a little bit more expensive than a LifeStraw probably. I've been a minute since I bought these, but it's better. LifeStraw being the last thing. The Sawyer's okay. This is another one from Sawyer that I like a little bit better just because it's a little bit more convenient. This is just a water bottle, and it is fit up. And this is how you can buy this. It is fit up with basically, you know, this filter is that. And it can go in, and it's at least in a bottle. It's not a lot of drinking water. And that brings me back to the Katadyn. If you're hiking or you're in an emergency and you're moving really far and you just can't carry a lot of water, I can pump as much water as I want and or can carry with that. You know, with this, I'm only getting that one bottle. It's just something to think about when you want a lot of water. This isn't a filter, but this is really important to have. If you've ever been camping, I'm sure you've used one of these. You fill this with clean water that you can cycle through this or any of these. I probably wouldn't do this every day, you know, just because you're going to wear that pump out, pumping that much water. But if you had a gravity filter, you could fill these up constantly and always have 5 gallons of water on hand for washing your hands, light hygiene, and just drinking and doing whatever you need to do. That's why I think this is probably the most important thing to start with, because I could gravity filter and fill this constantly. I can always have a good flow of water to fill in this to use. So that's that. That is your intro to filtering water. One note I also want to make before I end this video is there's always comments about people making a water filter with the sand in the bucket method. Everyone comments that on any video I put products for water filters out. Those are not perfect. And if you do them just a little bit wrong, you're gonna get sick. Take a little money, invest in some water filters, especially if you're starting to prepare. This stuff will save your life. It's not worth saving that little bit of money to not purchase a water filter to risk your life. So that's just something to be said about these products. And the technology exists. You should use it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.